Welcome to all of you. Very good morning. And today this is my first second year IT class, and now we are going to discuss the designing of web pages using HTML. Okay, so today we are going to discuss web page design using HTML. So before discussing about HTML, there are some concepts we have to know or clarify some concepts like what is web page, what is website, and what is HTML, what is web server, etc. Okay, so daily now we are accessing different types of information by using or through internet for different purposes. But what we access, what we observe through the internet is the websites. Okay, so website is nothing but a collection of interrelated web pages like the pages in your book. Okay, so each and every web page contains some information regarding a particular topic of interest. So before clarifying HTML, we are going to discuss what is website. So website is a collection of interrelated web pages, and it has a unique URL or unique domain name, just like your google.com or amazon.com. So these are the nothing but websites, and each website contains number of web pages. Okay, so these web pages are designed by using HTML, that means hypertext markup language. Clear? These websites, let our websites samsodisha.gov.in, jman.nic.in. So these are the name of the websites or name of the domains which are unique to each other, and each website, before each website is hosted or published in some web servers. Okay, each website is published in one or more web servers. That means when we access the data, it comes from the web server, and what we access, it represents in our screen through web browser. I think you may use Google Chrome, Apple Safari, Mozilla Firefox, Internet Explorer, many other graphical web browsers are there. You may use to browse the websites or to explore the websites or to surf the websites. That means, suppose we have to access Sam Sodisha website, we need a web browser like Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Safari, Opera, Google Chrome, Netscape Navigator, etc. There are so many graphical web browsers we can use to access the web contents or to access the websites present in some remote computer, that is web server. So a web page is nothing but collection of tags and different data. So just like I have already told you, it is just like a metaphor of your textbook page. As our textbook is consisting of number of pages, like that each website consisting of number of web pages, which may reside in one or more web server, and it has a unique name, that is domain name or URL, Uniform Resource Locator. Okay, Uniform Resource Locator or domain name, and each domain name is unique to other. That means in the whole world there is no domain having similar name, that is google.com or amazon.com. So each and every domain is separate from each other. So before going to discuss about the different tags of HTML, now clarify how many types of languages are there. Generally there are three types of languages. One is programming language, another one is scripting language, and another one is markup language. So three types of languages are there. One is programming language, second one is scripting language, and third one is markup language. So in programming language, so there are so many differences between these three. So in programming language like C, C++, Java, COBOL, BASIC, Fortran, C#, etc., we need to write the logic, we need to write the logic in proper syntax and by maintaining its rules and regulations, and we have to write what to do and how to do. That means if a problem is given to me, I have to write down all the steps what are required and how it will be solved in computer by using a computer programming language. So each and every step we have to write, and it needs a translator. I have already told you in your first year class there are translators or language processors which translate the computer programs written in programming languages to machine readable form or to binary form. Okay, remember that. So programming languages need a translator. Again I repeat, programming languages need a translator or language processor to convert human readable instructions to machine readable form before executing. That means when we write the programs in computer programming languages, it is known as source code, and the source code is translated into its corresponding binary form or machine readable form, that is known as object code. And again the object code is, from the object code the executable file is created, and from this executable file or exe file or .com file we get the output by running it. So whereas in scripting language, it is it is a subtype of programming language. How? That means it cannot perform the task stand alone. It needs the help of a programming language or any other language to do a task or solve a problem. Just like suppose one man have to telling something in front of audience, and another one is wrote the script for that person and prompting the person to tell accordingly. So the person performing on the stage is prompted, or all the scripts are written by the person, then that is nothing but scripting language. So that means in scripting language, like programming language, here we have also to write the logic according to its syntax, but it cannot perform the task stand alone. It takes the help of another programming language to complete a task or to do a task. So it is one of the subtype of programming language. The scripts are written and it is used in another by the help of another programming language. And it is also slower than programming language, because the program or the task is completed by two steps. The first, the scripts are written, then or the logics are written, then it calls another programming language to solve a problem. The third one is markup language. That means markup means what? Highlighting, underlining, bold facing, giving different colors when you highlight some words or sentences or paragraphs in your textbook that you assume these are important. Like this HTML or any other, there are also other programming, other markup languages are there. And the scripting, the examples of like C, C++, Java, these are programming languages, and scripting languages are JavaScript, VBScript, Python, Perl. So these are the scripting languages. These are the examples are JavaScript, VBScript, Python, Perl, PHP, etc. are the scripting languages. But the third one is markup language, and this is the markup means highlighting words, underlining words, or giving colors to different words. That means how to represent the things in front of audience or by forming web pages. The layout are determined in the markup language, and there is no need of translator, there is no need of language processor like interpreter or compiler, unlike programming languages and scripting languages. So how it is done? So when we give the tags, we give the data, we write the data, then it is interpreted by the browser. It is interpreted by the browser. Let us say this is a tag to render the text in bold. Just like your MS Word, Excel, there is a B button. When we click on it or when we press Ctrl B, it renders the data in bold face. Like that, in HTML, we have to write B tag, and a tag is nothing but a keyword. It has a special meaning. We cannot use a tag in any other purposes. If we write the tags incorrectly, or if there is no tag at all, then it cannot be interpreted by a graphical web browser like Chrome, Firefox, Safari, etc. So instead of instead of compilers or translators or processors or interpreters, in markup languages like HTML, DHTML, which is a variation of HTML, XML, extensible markup language, dynamic hypertext markup language, CSS. So these are examples of markup languages. Okay. So in markup languages, I have already told you, in markup languages there is no need of a translator to translate the human readable instructions into a machine readable form or into a binary form, because it is only supported by or the tags or codes. These are nothing but there are different types of tags we have to discuss, and the tags or codes are enclosed in angle brackets. That means less than and greater than. Each and every tag we should enclose between angle brackets. Okay, so three things are required. Or simply if we design a simple web page using HTML, so we have to use any type of text editor, and the best text editor is your Notepad, which is very simple and easy to use. And this HTML comes from HTML, Standard Generalized Markup Language. Again I repeat, Standard Generalized Markup Language. The HTML is derived from HTML by Tim Berners-Lee. Who developed HTML? Tim Berners-Lee. And HTML stands for Standard Generalized Markup Language. Okay, so this is a generalized language, and it is also difficult to use in comparison to HTML. So Tim Berners-Lee developed another markup language known as hypertext markup language. Okay, in 1980. And there are also other markup language, that is XML, CSS, extensible markup language, dynamic hypertext markup language. So we are using three terms in HTML. One is hypertext, another one is markup, and third one is language. All we know, language is a way of communication, or to interact with each other. We need any type of languages, natural languages like English, Hindi, Odia, Sanskrit, like that. Similarly, to interact with web pages, to interact with web servers, we need a markup language. And in our syllabus, we have to discuss HTML. Okay, so what do you mean by hypertext? I am going to define three terms: hypertext, one is hypertext, another one is markup, and third one is language. I have already told you, language is a means of communication or is a way of communication in between one more than two or more persons. But what do you mean by hypertext? I think all of you observe, when you visit any website, there are some highlighted text or image, and when you clicked on it, it jumps into another page or it jumps into other document which are interlinked to that web page. So hypertext means the text or image or the text which is used to link or to jump from one page of your website, from one location of your website to another location. So, and the highlighted text, it is known as hyperlink. When we move the cursor to that point and it changes to a hand symbol, and when we click on it, it goes to another document that is linked to that page for displaying other information stored in that website. And remember, a website may render in one or more web servers. Sometimes it may reside in one web server, or sometimes it may reside in more than one web servers. However, so the hypertext is the text used to establish links in between web pages. This is hypertext. And markup means, I have already told you, the highlighted text or areas or underlining sentences. This is known as markup language. So a web page is nothing but an HTML document. We know a website is consisting of number of web pages, and each web page is nothing but an HTML document. And an HTML document having the extension either .htm or .html. That means if we create an HTML document, then we have to save it by using the extension .htm or HTML. Okay? So, clear? Hypertext markup language. So, there are three types of languages we discussed. Programming languages like C, C++, Java, and scripting languages, JavaScript, VBScript, Python, Perl, etc. and markup languages. That means here we do not have to write the logic. That means how to solve a problem. We can interact with HTML documents. We have, if I am to input the data of students and find out their results or grade cards, then it cannot be possible by using HTML. It can possible by using programming languages, because in HTML or any markup language we do not write logic to solve a problem, because there is no facility to write the logic or the methods to solve a problem. It is only carried out by using programming languages. So, how if nothing is solved in this language? So, what is the need of using a such type of language? Because this language, this markup language and the programming language is used. Remember, the programming languages are used to write softwares or different drivers. The drivers for CD, the drivers for printer, the drivers for scanners, etc. So, different softwares or different application softwares what you are using in your mobiles or computers, these are developed by using programming languages. Whereas, by using markup languages or by using scripting languages, we are creating websites. That means we are creating web pages, and the web pages are interlinked by using the method of hypertext or hyperlink, and then that means the structural data. We represent the structure of data. That means how it will be shown to the audiences or to the viewers. Okay. So, to show the data, we need to, just like we formats the text in Word or Excel, there are so many formatting tools, bold, italic, underline, alignment, there are different alignment buttons, different colors in color palettes and different styles to render your text as per your choice or requirement. So, like that, in markup language, if we have to create, if we create a web page, then we need number of tags to include in our web page. That means we need to type number of tags with proper syntaxes. And if there is some error in a programming language, the program can be run successfully and it will show all the errors in error window. But in case of markup language, if there is no tag, then there will be no result, but it will run, it will execute. Okay, let's assume that there is no tag like BU, but we wrote the tag like, instead of B, suppose we type BO for bold, then in output you will see BO. This is computer and I want to render the text word computer in bold base. We have to type computer in between B and slash B, but wrongly we typed BO and slash B, but anyway it will execute and find there is no tag like BO. So this word will be displayed in its default font size and font letter without any bold facing letters. But if we type the text with computer, the word computer between B and slash B. What do you mean by B and slash B? The tags are classified, the HTML tags are classified into two types. one is paired tags, another one is unpaired tags. So tags are, and each and every tag must be enclosed between angle brackets or between less than and greater than sign. So if a tag has an opening portion and has an closing part, this tag is known as paired tag. I want to see the word computer in bold face. So we need to type or write the computer in between B, that is the starting tag, that is the opening tag, and after the word computer again we have to type the B tag, but this is forward slash. It is the forward slash is followed by B. That means first we need to type forward slash, then the tag or code B. Again I repeat, the tags are the keywords. That means it has a special meaning to the web browser. When web browser interpret the code accordingly, it performs the task for the purpose of the tag used in a text editor. So the second type of tag is unpaired tag. The second type of tag is unpaired tag. That means only opening tag is available and there is no closing tag or there is no ending tag. Okay, so just like break, HR tag, to draw a horizontal line, to draw a section break, the tag is used HR. Okay, just like we draw a line. Similarly, in HTML document, in web page, in HTML web page, if you want to draw a horizontal line or you need a section break, you have to type or write HR tag or use HR tag. And similarly, to give a line break, you have to use break tag. Suppose these are the names of different students, and you wrote the names of students in notepad or in text editor, line by line, X, Y, Z, K. Then these are the names of 4 students, and you are typed the name of students line by line. But when you execute or when you show these contents or these names of students in a web browser, then the web browser will display all the names of students in one line. Remember, although you have typed the names of students one after another or line by line, but it will show in the web browser in one line. So that is why you need to use break tag. You need to use BR for break. Don't type break. Only you need BR tag to give a line break. That means we have to type BR tag here, and accordingly in your web browser, you will also see the name of students as per your requirements, that is line by line. And remember, HTML tags are not case sensitive. That means you may write a tag in uppercase letters, in small case letters, or in mixed case letters. That is, if BR tag is used for to give a line break, then you can type BR, you can write BR, you can write small br. So all these three tags will function correctly and for the same purpose. So that because there is HTML, do not check its letter or case of letters. That is no difference between capital B and small b. So to give a line break, you can type BR in capital letters, you can type BR in small letters, you can type BR in mixed case letters. That means the combination of uppercase and lowercase letters. Okay. So unpaired tag means there is only a single pair. There is only a single tag. There is no ending tag. There is no closing tag. So that means here there is no /HR. We have to use for a section break or horizontal line. We have to just use HR tag to give a section break or to draw a horizontal line. So the tags are classified into paired tags and unpaired tags. So now the question is, where you have to write the tags and how it will be saved and how it will be executed. So first, we need a text editor, and the best text editor I have already told you, that is Notepad. But if you write the tags in a Notepad and save it, then it will not an HTML document, because the extension of Notepad files are .txt. That means you have created only a simple text file, not an HTML document. So when you want to save the contents as an HTML document, just like you save in Word and Excel, their extensions are .docx, .xlsx. Similarly, if you write the tags properly, if we write the different HTML tags, but at the time of saving, we just save it by giving a name without any extension. So it will be saved like a ordinary text file, not an HTML document. So as this is not an HTML document, so there is no question of publishing it in a web browser. So web browser only interpret those documents, only interpret HTML documents, not text files. So remember carefully, at the time of saving, though we are typing the contents, the HTML, the contents of an HTML document, even if by using an application software or text editor or Notepad, you may use WordPad, you may use MS Word, but better is the preferable text editor, I think it is Notepad. So at the time of saving, you just type the name what you want and give the extension either HTML or HTML. Remember, then only you can execute or you can see the output of your HTML document by any browser loaded in your computer. Okay, so one is just suppose we are creating simple web pages, so there is no need now, there is no need of internet connection or there is no need of web server because we are doing the work locally. We are not publishing or we are not just hosting the websites in World Wide Web for publicly accessible throughout the globe. We are just demonstrating how the web pages are created by using HTML. Okay, so in the meantime, there is no need of web server, but I have already told you the websites are published or websites are hosted in web servers. Okay, because for its access to each and everyone who needs it. But in our case, we are just simply designing web pages or demonstrating how different tags are used for different purposes and how the data are formatted, the colors are given, the scrolling text are maintained, the bulleted list are maintained, the ordered list or unordered list are maintained, the tables are created, the frames are created, and all these things are in our syllabus, and we have to discuss one by one in near future. So first, now we need notepad to type the tags or codes of HTML, and the notepad is a text editor. That means it gives you the facility to type and edit the text as per the requirement. But when you save it, give its extension. Let the file name is given my web page and its extension will be my web page .html or .html. And if we give such extensions, you will observe this file's logo, this file's icon will be as per your default browser. Suppose your default browser is Internet Explorer, which is integrated part of Windows operating system of Microsoft Corporation. Then this logo will appear and here is written my web page. If your default browser is Google Chrome, then it will take Chrome icon. If your default browser is Mozilla Firefox, then your file will take the icon of Mozilla Firefox browser. Okay, so after typing the text, save it using HTML or HTML, then we need any web browser to view the output of your HTML document. Okay, to give the structural information or to display the data in different formats. We have to use different tags. We will discuss. But any browser must be present in your computer to show or to view an HTML document, because there is no presence of, or there is no need of translator. Only one thing is required: this web browser. It may be Explorer, Internet Explorer, IE, or Chrome, or anything else. But at least one web browser must be loaded in your computer. So what do you mean by web browser? It is just like your different application softwares. Web browser is also an application software, but its name is browsing. Browsing means what? Exploring, surfing. The search engine and browser, these are two separate things. These are not equal at all. So browser means it helps the user to browse or to surf. That means click here, click there, and get the output. Okay, but you know everything. The contents are displaying in your screen, and you are clicking on different hyperlinks, or you are scrolling your documents, or jumping from one location to another location. Okay, so that is nothing but exploring. Click here, click on support. Here is written download admit card. So you click here, and the admit card is downloaded. Another link is there, download prospectus. You click there to get the prospectus. So another one is some kind of notices are there. You click the notices, some files or notices you can view. So by using web browser, we are exploring information from web servers, from where the informations are coming to our screen, computer screen, through web servers. That means, we are typed amazon.com or google.com. That means our local computer, that is known as client, our local computer is connected to a remote server, a remote web server that may exist thousands miles from this location. So, and there we must have any type of internet connection. It may be a slowest type, or it may be a high speed, that is broadband or FTTH, fiber to the home services. So however, by using web browser, we are connecting to different web servers for accessing the websites or for accessing the web pages reside or published in that web server. Okay, so this is a web server, a powerful computer in which our CHSC Odisha website is hosted. So now we are using a personal computer or desktop computer, and through application software, web browser and net connection, we can make or we can establish a connection to a remote computer like web server. So from where we get the data? it is known as web server, and where we sit and write down our or performing our tasks, it is known as client computer or local computer. This one refers to as remote computer. But two softwares, at least two softwares we need. One is client software, that is web browser. The client is using, we are using browser to make a connection with web server. And accordingly, in web server, there is also a software to maintain to process the request coming from different client computers and sending the responses accordingly to the web browsers over public networks like internet. So clear? So web server, but here at the meantime we do not need a web server and we do not need any type of net connection, because we are not connecting to a remote computer. Instead, we just typed the tags in our personal computer and it is saved with extension STM or HTML by an appropriate name what we decide, and by using a graphical browser we can get its output, or we can view the layout of web page or output of web page. So now I think you are clear about the use of text editor like Notepad in web page creation and use of web browser in web page creation. Okay, so now what is the structure of a what is the structure of an HTML document? How we can start? What will be first written first, then what will be the last? So just like you answer your questions in some manner, in some order. Similarly, every HTML document must start or should start with HTML tag and ended with /HTML tag. Okay? Each and every HTML document must be included or must start with HTML tag and ended with /HTML tag. That means this is the starting point of an HTML document and this is the ending point of an HTML document. What we have to, if we have to type hundreds of tags, then all the tags should be present between these two tags. Okay, between HTML and all these tags we have to type between HTML and /HTML. So what kind of tag it is? It is a paired tag. What do you mean by paired tag? It has an opening tag and it has a closing tag, or it has the tag which has a starting tag and which has an ending tag is known as paired tag. So in Notepad or any text editor window, first type HTML, and always remember we have to enclose all the tags. Whatever may be the letter case, you may type the tags in uppercase, you may type the tags in lowercase, because there is no differences between case of letters in HTML. Okay, but all the tags should be enclosed between angle brackets. If you type HTML less than symbol instead of greater than symbol, you again type less than symbol. So this syntax is purely incorrect. Okay, so each tag should start with less than symbol and should stop with greater than symbol. That means it must be enclosed in between angle brackets, pair of angle brackets. Okay, so the simple structure of an HTML document is HTML and /HTML. And there are two sections of the whole document. We may divide the whole document in two parts. One is head, another one is body. So, within HTML and /HTML, we have to type head section and this is body section. Okay. Only some things are, some tags are written in head tags, but all other tags are written in body part. So head is also a paired tag. That means we have to enclose the head by giving /head. Similarly, after writing the text in the body, we have to type /. But all the head section, all the head part of heads and part of body should be present between HTML and /HTML. We do not require to type anything or the tags after HTML. Okay. So this is a simple structure displaying how the HTML documents are maintained. And at the time of typing the tags, remember there is no hard and fast rule to maintain its indentation. That means margin. To maintain its indentation. This is one part. Under HTML, the head section is there. Under head, we have to type the title tag. And this is the title of your document. This is /title. So, such type of indentations are maintained only to review which tags are omitted or not. But you can type all the tags. You can start all the tags from the beginning of a line. But its outlook may not be so good and it will be very difficult to know which tags are doubled, which tags are omitted, or which opening tags are given, or but closing tags are not entered. So it is a Good practice, always type or write the tags in a notepad window by maintaining proper indentation. Just like you type heading 1, then again under heading 1, you type subheading, then subheading. So like that, you have to give. If we give the indentation, then I forgot to close the head tag by using /head. So if we overlook the document, automatically it is easy for me to check and the head tag is omitted and easily we can put the omitted tags. But there is no hard and fast rule, or it is not a wrong concept to write the tags from the beginning of line. Okay, so it depends upon you whether you maintain indentations or not. But remember, all the tags must be enclosed. Each and every tag must be enclosed within angle brackets because it has special meaning to the web browser. If you simply write B instead of writing B, if you simply write B in notepad document, so it will assume that you typed just letter B, alphabet B. It will not render your text in boldface as you want. Okay, so that means it will be just treated as simply a character or letter, alphabet or number, rather displaying the output in boldface. Similarly, there is, if we write head without enclosing in angle brackets, though it is not the closing part of head tag, it is just, it will be considered as just you typed the word head. So always include angle brackets. Okay, so let us again, I remember the HTML is written by or developed by whom? Tim Berners-Lee. Your World Wide Web also developed by Tim Berners-Lee. HTML, Tim Berners-Lee. URL, Tim Berners-Lee. So he had great contribution in computer networks or in internet. So now I am telling you the functions of or usefulness of some basic HTML tags. Okay. So first, just like in MS Word, you have already seen there are 3 icons or 3 commands. One is B, another one is I, and another one is U icon to render the text in bold, in italic, and in underline. So we are just creating a web page displaying your name and address, and the name is displaying in bold face, address is displaying in italic, and phone number is displaying in contact details or mailing ID, email ID is displaying in underline. So how we can do this? Let us know. First, open your computer. On the start button, I have already told you two things are required, two application softwares. In the meantime, we need two application softwares. One is Notepad for writing the codes, for editing the codes, and another one is web browser to view the output of your HTML document or output of your web page. Okay, so after the completion of loading or booting procedure, click on the start button. On the run command, just type that this is the start button. Click here and in the run command or box, type Notepad, and if the Notepad is in your computer, it is present in every Windows operating system, so I think no problem will be there in loading Notepad or opening Notepad or executing Notepad. So in Notepad window, that this is the Notepad window, you get menu bar having different menus, and under each menu number of options are there. So first type HTML, because the HTML documents are started with HTML tag and ended with /HTML tag. So let us, our problem is to display the name and address of a student, or create, suppose our assignment is create a web page showing your name and address. It is just only a simple web page, nothing else. Displaying web page, create a web page displaying name and address of a student. Okay, but we want to display the name in boldface, address in italic, and phone number in underline. So how to do? Let us write the tags HTML, then under HTML head, under head give the title of your document, just like you, each and every textbook have a title. Similarly, if you write something in your browser window, it will show in the title bar. We know this is the title bar of the first bar, the topmost bar of every application window or every window is known as title bar, because it shows the title of the application or title of document or title of program or title of file, whatever may be. So if let we write my first web page, we want to give the title of HTML, our HTML document, my first web page. So this content will be shown. Then this is Internet Explorer. Here you will show my written in the title bar. It is written as my first web page. Okay, so better give a title to your document, just like when you send an email to your friend. In subject line you give a subject to identify or to verify or to check which mail, who sent the mail and what type of information content therein. So accordingly, just we give a subject line or heading or title to an email. Similarly, give a title to your web page, and the title should be written between title and slash title tag. It must be written between title and slash title tag, because this is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. So after giving title, we close the head part. We close the head part. That means our head part is over. We are just give a title and nothing else. Then what to do? We have to type all the things. That means name and address of a student. In which part? In body part or in body section. So immediately but don't close HTML, because our document is not completed yet and we have to type different tags. So this is the body part. You can write the title here for better clarity, better outlook. Title slash title. That means under HTML head is there. Under head title tag is written. So it is easy to check which tags are omitted or not. That is why I am requesting all of you, at the time of creating web pages, at the time of writing web page, the tags of web page of your web page, better always maintain indentation. This is nothing but indentation. That means margins. Okay. So let's our question wants to show the name of a student in bold character or in bold face. So I am escaping from this point to this. So after typing body, let write B tag and type the name of the student, Sri. Malaya Ranjan Sam. Okay. Let the name of student is Malaya Ranjan Sahu, and we want to show the text in bold face. So here start with B tag and end with slash B tag. If you are not ending the B tag, then what you type will also appear in bold face. That means if here the slash B tag or closing tag is not written and here the addresses are there, all the addresses also appear in bold face. So in our assignment we have to only show the name of student in bold face. So here I closed the B tag. Again our question is the address of this student will be shown in how? In which format? In italic format. So type the tag I. Here see, each tag is written between angle brackets. Let Nimapada Puri Odisha 752106 and slash I. Okay, so you typed the address of a student line by line, but at the time of running, at the time of executing or displaying your web page in a web browser or under web browser, it will show all the addresses in one line, that is Nimapada, Puri, Odisha 752106. So what to do? You just type break tag. Remember, I have already told you. You just type here break. It creates a new line. Then Puri will be written. Then again use break tag. Again use break tag. Again use. So these lines, and the last one is not required. But if it is written, then it will move the cursor to the next line. Okay. So we need 4 different lines to see the addresses or address of a student. So, and there is no need to type I/I again and again, because we want to give italic effect to all the addresses, whether it is street name, whether it is village name, or post office, via police station, whatever way. So all the addresses in our assignment, we have to display the addresses in italic. So each line of address we do not need again and again type I and slash I. Better give I tag here and close the I tag after completing the address. Okay. And now the third one is, we want to see the mobile number of a student in underlining effect. So here type UPI and give mobile number. This is the mobile number of a student, and type /U. Okay. So in output, the mobile number will be displayed in underlining character. Okay, underlining effect. So if break tag is not given in this point or after writing pin code, you can also use break tag here. So that is not exactly, we just type the break tag just after writing a sentence. You may write beginning of a sentence, middle of a sentence, or ending of a sentence. Suppose we want to show Malaya one word, then below Ranjan, then below Sahu. You can add break tag here, Malaya, break, then it will create a new line, Ranjan, then give break tag here, then it will create another new line and so Sahu. That means the output will be Malaya, then Ranjan, then Sahu. Okay, so we can write the break tag anywhere in a sentence. It may be placed in beginning of a line, in middle of a line, or in end of a line. But remember, it is an unpaired tag. That means there is no closing tag. Just like head slash head, title slash title, HTML slash HTML, body slash body, these are paired tags. That means they have their own closing tags or ending tags. But here we just type dr tag for break and a line break will be there. So there is no closing tags of break. So it is known as unpaired tags or singular, sometimes it is also known as singular tags. Okay. So then, and now our task is over. We have to write the name and address and phone number of a student, are giving the special effect, bold face to name, italic face to addresses, and underlining to mobile. So now let us, there is nothing to add in this web page. Which tag? First we have to close body. Then here you need to type body. Okay, you need to type body. This is the starting part and this is the ending part. I am repeated the body, but don't type twice. Just I am typing. So and after closing the body tag, which tag is opened now? This HTML tag is now open. So finally close the HTML tag by typing /HTML and our task is over. Okay, so first start with HTML, then if you give a title to your HTML document, type the head tag, then under head tag, for specifically for giving a title, you need to type title, to use title tag and give a title as per your choice. Then close the title tag, close the head tag, then start body tag, and all these assignments, all the name and mailing address of a student, you have to type under body tag. Okay, so give different tags as per the assignment and accordingly complete the task by closing the body tag and finally by writing the HTML tag. Okay, so now what to do? You have to save it by giving a name with the extension .html or HTML. So if we save it in the middle of your writing, then no problem, it is better. It is not a good practice. Always save the document in completing after its completion. So You may save it by giving a name with extension HTML, and then just we need to type something and save it. Type something and save it by pressing Ctrl plus S. All of we know to save a document in Windows or the application software supported in a Windows or Office package, the Control Save is used. So, suppose we are not saving it, then better save it by giving a proper name, and this name is different from your title. I am telling you, this title will be shown in the browser Windows title bar. What you write in the title part, it will be shown in the title bar of browser window. That means it will be the title of your what? Web page. But at the time of saving it, the name what we give, suppose page 1. I am telling you, suppose I saved it by giving a name page 1 dot html. The file name will be page 1. Okay? So mark the difference. At the time of saving, the name which you give, it will be the name of file. But at the title, between title and slash title, the contents, what are the content, what is written, will be appear in a browser's title bar if you open your HTML document in browser window. Okay, so this is just simply I am designing a web page. So after giving a name or after saving it by using extension HTML or HTML, then the next task is how to run it or how to show whether all these things are displaying in correct format or not. So we have to check it, we have to show it. So for showing your web page, at the time of saving, suppose we select the location desktop. Okay, that means our HTML document is saved under desktop. Just minimize the notepad window and it will be minimized to taskbar as we know. Then in the desktop you will find a file having name page 1, and I have already told its graphics or logo or icon will be same as that of your your default browser. If there are 4 browsers or you have installed 4 browsers like Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox and Netscape Navigator, but your default browser is Internet Explorer, then the web page, the icon of your web page will take the logo of Internet Explorer. That means E. Okay, so just double click on it or click and press enter key to view your web page. If you stored your web page in other locations like E drive, F drive or My Documents or in other places, then go to or navigate to that place, then find your document, find your web page and double click, and you will see the web contents. You will see the output of your web page in your browser window. Okay, so what will be the output? I am cleaning the blackboard. This is the window of Internet Explorer. So you will find my web page is displaying in the title bar. Okay, because we gave a title my web page at the time of creating our web page. And your name, let the name was Sri Malaya Ranjan Sahu. So this name will appear in bold face. That means in bold face. Okay, and the address part will appear in italic. That means remember Puri like this, and the phone number will appear in italic. Yes. Okay. So this will be the output of your web page or the tags written in a notepad window. Okay. So this is a simple demonstration of how a web page will be created, is created, and how it will run. And again, if you make some changes in your code, then the minimized notepad window, just click on it and you will get the notepad window. If you change the name of student Malaya Ranjan Sahu to Vikas Kumar Das, let we type the name of student as Vikas Kumar Das. Remember, when you are changing in your notepad screen or under text editor, you have to save it first before running or before displaying it in the browser window. After making some corrections or changes, whatever may be, first save it, then go to browser window and then just refresh it. Okay, so after typing Vikas Kumar Das in place of Malaya Ranjan Sahu, press Ctrl S to save it, then again minimize notepad window, again maximize browser window, then just refresh the window to get the name as Vikas Kumar Das in place of Malaya Ranjan Das. Okay, so how to refresh? I think everybody knows. just press F5 function key or just right click on it, choose reload option or refresh option in the pop-up displaying pop-up window or shortcut menu. If there is reload option, then choose reload, or if there is refresh button option, then choose refresh, and it depends upon the web browser what we get. Okay, so the refresh button also available in title bar. So you can refresh your web page, and without refreshing you cannot get the name of student as Vikas Kumar Sahu in place of Malayaranjan Sahu. Once you refreshed your browser window, then immediately you will get Vikas Kumar Sahu as the changing name. Okay, so you can refresh it by using function key F5 or by using refresh or reload option or command displaying in the pop-up menu or shortcut menu. When you right click over the browser window, here I right click, I will find reload option, or you can use refresh icon present in the title or address bar. Okay, in the address bar you will find refresh, not here, this is the address bar, you will find the refresh button. Okay, so now this is all about your creating a simple web page just by using only some 2 to 3 basic tags or HTML commands. So what are the tags or commands? We have undergone HTML, body, head, title, break tag for giving a line break, HR tag for giving a section break or for giving a horizontal line. Okay, finally let me one thing do. Suppose after displaying mobile number, we want a horizontal line, just like when we complete the answers of a question, we note down or we stroke a line. Okay, similarly, to give a section break or horizontal line or to show a horizontal line in web page after displaying the name and address of a student, then in the notepad window, before closing body tag, type HR tag. Okay, so you will get a horizontal line. So we have undergone the tags like HTML, body, and for giving title we need both head and we have to type both head and title tag. Then all the parts, all the names and addresses are to be typed in body section, and finally we close it by /HTML, and 3 other tags are discussed. B for bold, bold facing the characters, I for giving italic effects, and U for giving underline. So now the question arises, suppose I want to display the name in combining effects, that is the name will be displayed in bold face, in italic, and as well as in underline. So what to do? In the notepad window, type a valid tag in HTML. You just separate the tags as we have already discussed. That means you can type B italic underline. Then type the name of a student. Then close first the U tag, not the B tag. Then I tag slash I by giving slash I. Then close the B tag by giving slash B. Okay. So in that way you can add or apply multiple effects, multiple formatting effects to your name. But there is no rules. You can type first type U tag, then V tag, then I tag. After executing these three tags, the effects will be similar. That means the name will be displayed in boldface, italic and underline. So don't misuse the tags or don't type the tags, write the tags as per your own choice, because it has already been defined and it has some special meaning. If you combine, you think why the angle brackets are repeatedly typed, you just write the characters BIU and close the three characters in angle bracket. So such type of tag is not available in HTML. So your name will not be rendered exactly what you want in browser. So try to remember all the tags one by one, and I think if you have facilities in your home, then you can today you can create a simple web page. Just I am telling. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening the video.